Hi, I'm Simon. I'm the editor of What Hi-Fi magazine, and I'm here at CES 2016 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm joined by a very august panel of people. I have Bob Stewart, who's a MQA inventor and all-round audio savant. Craig, who's the chairman of Atlantic Records. Pete, who's the chief commercial officer at 7 Digital, and Joe, a business manager at Onkyo Pioneer. Now, if memory serves correctly, we were all here a year ago to talk about MQA. So basically, gentlemen, I need to know what progress in the last 12 months?
Shall I start?
You can start if you like.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll start. So we've had fantastic progress in the last 12 months. You know, we announced it December last year, in fact, and I think you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Introduced the idea of the technology, and in that time we've completed the technology, built all the tools, the production tools, the encoders, the things for studios. We've built a whole licensing program so that hardware companies can make the decoder.
Okay.
And we've been on a long journey through studios, working one-on-one with recording engineers, mastering engineers, getting them comfortable, getting them to understand the potential.
Okay.
And now we've got to this point, and some stuff's available, but maybe we should.
Well, exactly. What about how's it been the last 12 months for you, Craig?
And also, obviously, hardware manufacturers and all platforms as well as we're talking about too.
Yeah.
But you know, we spent a lot of time, obviously, with the artist community and the producer community, the songwriter community. My peers at the record companies. So I think a lot of the last 12 months was about really giving everybody the experience, you know, firsthand.
Okay.
And
you, Pete, what's been preoccupying you for the last year?
I mean, what we've been doing at 7 Digital is working with our clients, the people that launch services on our platform, to make sure, we're ready to go.
Okay.
As soon as content is available and as soon as we have the right devices in the marketplace. And the exciting thing for us is a year ago we talked about launching MQA downloads, MQA streaming, and today we switched on our first MQA content.
Really?
Yes, with
this
very day, this very morning.
Good Lord.
So.
And is it still working?
And it's still working.
Marvelous.
It's still working.
And Joe, how about you for the last 12 months? Has there been much progress for you?
Yeah, as you know, Onkyo and Pioneer merged our home AV business last March. Then immediately we started this digital audio player project. Then we come up this world first MQA capable player.
Okay.
So our engineer working on very closely to Bob Stewart's team. Then they did a great job.
Okay.
Well, yep. One of the things we've done this year is been to Osaka at least 3 times, working with this fantastic team that Joe has.
Sure.
It's a great sound.
That sounds arduous, really. Yeah.
Well, it is when you have to go with Pete.
Fine. So in that case, where are we at as of today? It's gone live today. How many songs? How many territories? How much does it cost?
So 4 territories, hundreds of recordings today. We have, by the end of next week, we'll be into the thousands of recordings.
Okay.
And by the end of January, it'll be tens of thousands of recordings.
Really? So this is from different sources, different labels?
A number of different independent labels. And we started with a pioneer of high resolution 2L from Scandinavia. We thought it was incredibly fitting. Morten has been really, really involved in this project from the get-go. But I think from our perspective, the most exciting thing is we made the announcement yesterday that we were launching, and we have been inundated with independent labels around the world asking us how we can help them get the catalog available as quickly as possible.
Okay. Well, presumably, I mean, the fact that obviously in the last 12 months you've come to a point where this is good to go now, and equally with someone like Craig with the size of your operation on board, then that makes it a much easier sell, I would imagine. Is that true to say?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
If you've got a company like Craig's on board, and you've got to a point where the technology is demonstration. demoable.
Absolutely.
Then-
I mean, we are at that point. So as Pete says, they now have content live. It was very important for us to get a premium label across the line because we could do it, produce the whole catalogue for 2L. But we were also showing in the Venetian upstairs some hardware companies with decoders that are actually coming to market. They've been announced, so you can play it back. There's already been product available. It'll get software update, that sort of thing. So it's real. You can buy the songs, you can play them back. And now it's just about building the catalogue.
Okay.
Just about building the catalogue. And of course, this guy has an amazing catalogue.
Well, sure, yeah. There's
Atlantic Records.
it's second to
is-
none, really, isn't
is
it?
second to none, exactly.
Yeah. And how have your artists responded to this? Has it been just like a completely straightforward sell to them, or has it been
Yeah, I
arm
mean,
twisting?
you know, it's really quite simple. We set up the demo and we let the demo do the talking. You know, it's been something that really doesn't need any sell at all. It just needs the experience. You know, artists who have had the opportunity to have the MQA experience and really hear how their own music and music that they're fans of, you know, both in MQA and not in MQA, it's been a pretty sort of remarkable, you know, consistent response across the board.
Okay.
So it's been pretty exciting, and it's exhilarating to know that, you know, we're you know, bringing to the artist an opportunity, you know, for the first time in the digital space to really hear their music the way they intended it
Sure.
to be heard.
Well, it's new ground, isn't it? And you
Yeah.
can only break new ground once, I guess. But I mean, in terms of hardware, Joe, in terms of the delivery to the listener, how do you see this panning out in, say, the next 12 months?
Next 12 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you know, we launched this product end of the last year, which is upgradable for MQA decoder. But we do not mention when we can that makes happen yet. But our engineer works very hardly with Bob's team. So hopefully we targeted that makes happen. Target is end of Q1. So as soon as we finish our test, we already installed the application. You know.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, that's already we can show the customer our product have a capability to decode MQA already. But we need to do a final test to open it to everyone. So hopefully, I would like to make happen targeted end of the Q1.
Okay.
That is the current my goal.
Sure.
Then let our customer to enjoy MQA music as soon as we can.
Okay, excellent. Well, and how much, basically, Pete? How many songs, how many labels, how many high-profile artists?
So I mean, we have a catalogue of over 40 million songs.
Okay.
I think we have the world's largest high-resolution catalogue, and because of the technology is so simple to apply, we know that we can very quickly have millions of songs available in MQA.
Okay.
Not all at the same level of the white glove recordings that Morton and Bob and others have been working on. But for me, our business is about powering music services around the world. We power 46 services in 33 countries. What's been incredibly encouraging over the last 12 months is just how many network operators have got excited about the potential of MQA, because they have all the resources they need to deliver this into people's homes and into people's mobile handsets. So I think the next 6 months is going to see an explosion of services that are ripe to be upgraded to MQA.
Okay.
So we just need to make sure that we have the right catalog, we have the right music, because the technology is astonishing, but it's only astonishing if it's used on amazing recordings.
Sure.
If I could butt in there, one of the big things about MQA, of course, is that we can stream it.
Yeah.
Quite low bit rate. And so the same file, which will play back the full audio file experience on a hardware piece of equipment, you stream it, works on your phone, gives an excellent result. And for us, another part of the last year has been getting that bit right. You know, the engineering to work with Android and iOS and those things to get it into a phone, or things like this player. Or AVRs.
Yes.
Well, I suppose that is the case. There's no reason this shouldn't be implemented in more or less anything you want it to, should it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, all right. I'm prepared to concede then that in 12 months we have all made some progress. Is that apart from me? Well, I'm still doing the same thing. So.
But the most important thing is Bob is now past 1 million air miles.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's business class all the way then, yeah?
You must be past 1 million air miles.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for your time and for a very edifying chat. Thanks very much for tuning in. Stick with us at whathifi.com. We've got plenty more to come from CES 2016.